A new Social Security bill was just introduced, including a 15% increase for lower income beneficiaries and a whole lot more. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, Bernie Sanders is back at it yet again, as Bernie and some other Democratic senators were just out on Monday introducing this bill specifically focused on Social Security. Now, I do want to talk you through all the details and what this bill means, as well as all the provisions within it, but I also do want to point out that there are a lot of different bills circling around Congress right now, specifically focused on Social Security, and that's a really good thing. Now, here's the thing. All of these lawmakers are so worked up right now about Social Security, and there's a lot of information in the headlines right now about Social Security as well. That is a really, really, really good thing. We've got them right where we want them, right? So I do want to talk you through the details about this because here's the thing. It's not that often that lawmakers come together and talk about Social Security and fixed income benefits this much, but considering that they're talking about it so much and they're coming together on all these new bills as of recently, that's a really good thing, okay? When Social Security is in the headlines, it's a good thing. Anyway, let's get into it and talk through the details of this new bill with Bernie and friends. That could be like a TV show, right? Anyway, maybe it already is. I don't know. But let's talk about the bill in this video. All right, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so. And because I am your one and only daily advocate, it is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody right here in the community to continuously watch all of this new information hitting the wire every single day, doing the necessary research and breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what's actually going on right now as things continue to change. It's a busy time, it's a confusing time, and it's a very uncertain time with all of these changes, the bills, packages, and proposals. You never know what's going on out there. Either way, I'm here for you every single day in these videos to help you out in any way that I possibly can. I'm here to inform, I'm here to educate, and I truly want to be here right by your side. So again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it and talk about what Bernie and friends are up to. I love it, right? Anyway, let's talk through the details. So like I said, Bernie Sanders was just out a couple days ago with his buddies talking about this on Monday. This is the new iteration. Now, I want to talk you through the details about this because last year, I believe it was in either May or June of last year, Bernie Sanders was out talking about the Social Security Expansion Act. That is the bill that has the expansion of benefits by $200 per month. They want to push out insolvency by about 75 years out until 2096, as well as raise taxes and a whole variety of other things. Now, this new bill is basically the new iteration of that bill, the Social Security Expansion Act. So it's very similar, but there are a few minor changes here, but I'd want to talk through those details because this is great. Bernie's bringing it back. And remember, this is the one that contains the $200 raise to benefits. Now remember, we've talked about this many times before, but this is the newest iteration, literally just a couple days ago on Monday when Bernie introduced this again. So this is awesome that he's bringing it back, right? I mean, seriously, he could have thrown that thing away and say, you know, we're just not going to do it. It's not going to pass through Congress. But instead, he brought it back. Good. That's a really good thing, okay? The more that he can bring this to the table, the more that they can talk about this, the more that lawmakers are going to ease into these ideas, right? It's just like like any kind of sales pitch, right? How many times does a salesperson need to call a potential prospect to make a sale, right? According to the statistics, it's about 7 times a salesperson needs to kind of pitch an idea in order for somebody to actually be interested. Again, Bernie's up at bat again. He's here. He's swinging. And again, is it going to be a miss or will he get a home run? Well, we'll still have to see on that one, okay? Anyway, my point is, it's good that he's bringing this up again. All right, so let's quickly talk through some of the details. I alluded to one earlier at the beginning of this video, which is a 15% increase for lower income beneficiaries. So let's start with that right off the bat here. Wow, I'm using all these great analogies in this video, right? Bernie up to bat, and now I just sit off to the bat here. I mean, seriously, right? I'm getting good at this stuff, or not really, but anyway, let's talk through the details. All right, so here's what it is. Within this bill, there is a provision in there to include an immediate 15% increase for lower income and medium income beneficiaries. Now, here's the interesting part about this. I did not see a specific dollar amount that beneficiaries would be qualified to get this, okay? So I'm not really sure if it's like whatever it happens to be. It did not say a dollar amount. So how do they identify and define a low income and middle income beneficiary? I'm not really sure, okay? In our definition, of course, we could say anybody maybe earning under, I don't know, $2,500 a month, we could say would be like middle and lower income beneficiaries. Again, that's just our definition. Again, I'm just kind of pulling a number out of the air. I'm not really sure what their definition would be because it didn't necessarily say what the definition of lower income and middle income beneficiaries would be. But either way, they want to implement a 15% increase to benefits. Now, again, that'd be pretty nice, right? That'd be, a little bit less than double the COLA that people got this year, that beneficiaries got this year of the 8.7%. And by the way, that would not be a COLA. That would just be an immediate 15% increase to kind of boost benefits up a little bit. All right, so that's number one. There's also the $200 increase to monthly benefits as well. So $200 a month or the $2,400 per year, okay? So that'd be in there as well. Now there's also the changing of the way that that the COLA is calculated based on the CPI. So right now it is calculated off of the CPIW, which is Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. However, as we know, that does not accurately reflect the living expenses and the expenditures of fixed income beneficiaries. So they want to change it to CPIE, Consumer Price Index for the elderly, which better reflects the actual living expenses and all the basically expenditures of a fixed income beneficiary. So he wants to change it to that as well. Now, as we've looked through the research on that really quickly here, I've talked about this before, maybe 3 months ago or so. I was out in a separate video talking about the specific details of the differences between the CPIE and the CPIW. It's not much on a year-over-year basis, but over long periods of time, it actually makes a huge difference, a huge difference. In fact, hundreds of dollars to benefits on a monthly basis if this would have been done like 22 years ago. So it's a huge difference over long periods of time, but on a year-over-year basis, it's literally like not much, like literally not much at all, like maybe a couple tenths of a percent, like 0.2% each year. But again, over years and years and years, 20-some years or so, compounded, it's a lot of money, hundreds of dollars a month. So that's something else that they want to do as well. Now you may be wondering, okay, what else is in this bill now? Okay, here's one way that they want to fund all this. Bernie Sanders loves taxes, right? I mean, let's just be real for a second. Bernie Sanders, whether you like him or you don't like him, he loves taxes and he loves to raise taxes on people. Well, that's what he wants to do yet again here, and that's how he's going to come up with the money is basically tax the people more, okay? So right now in 2023, the maximum taxable earnings is $160,200. So in other words, for anybody that earns up to $160,200, it's all taxable by Social Security. However, any income over that threshold is no longer taxable by Social Security. However, Bernie Sanders wants to re-implement another tax wants to basically reinstate the Social Security payroll tax above $250,000, and then it would be unlimited above that threshold, okay? So that's what he wants to implement as well. So anybody earning over $250 would be, paying a lot more Social Security taxes on that, okay? So there'd be like essentially a donut hole effect. Basically, they pay taxes up to $160,000, $200,000, and then there's no taxes up to $250,000, and then $250,000 and beyond, it's unlimited at that point, okay? So that is what he wants to propose, and that is what would actually fund all of this to go into this, and also increase solvency of Social Security by about 75 years, according to the projections. So this is what's in it. This is the bill. These are all the details within it. So not so bad. But what are the details as far as was Congress on board with this thing, or what do we have to see about this? Well, here's what I've been doing. I've done a bunch more research on this, and I've been reading a lot of, different reports from both sides of the aisle. If you've been watching the videos here on the channel for any length of time now, I do not take sides in my videos, but rather I love to rip on everybody equally, right? Because why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Anyway, my point is I've been seeing a lot of differences here, and basically I saw a really, really good statement. This one lawmaker said, it doesn't matter what we do. We're basically going to have half the population in the country upset with us. That's basically what they said. And I thought, you know what? That's totally true. It doesn't matter what side, approach that they take to fix up Social Security. No matter what, one side, basically half the country is going to say, oh, I love it. And the other half is going to say, I'm so mad. I can't believe you guys did this. You know what I mean? So basically this lawmaker was saying, doesn't matter what we do. We're going to have half the country that loves us, half the country that hates us. So we got to come together on some bipartisan agreements here and bring this together. And we got to take some ideas from both sides of the aisle and come together so that's an accurate mix of both, right? So maybe maybe all of us, regardless of what side of the aisle we're on, and again, I don't take political sides in my videos, I'm simply telling you, I think we can all probably agree here that we can probably say, yeah, no matter what they do to Social Security, we're all probably going to say, okay, I like that, I don't like that, I like that, don't like that, don't love that, but I really like that. That could be changed, that could get fixed up, you know what I mean? So no matter what, it's just like every negotiation. Sometimes you can look at it and say, wow, this is really nice, but you know, this one little aspect over here, I don't love that. You know what I mean? It's like it's a give and take. It's literally just a negotiation, and that's what Congress needs to do right now, and exactly what they're doing with these bills, and exactly what was said by this lawmaker as well. And I totally agree. It doesn't really matter what they do going forward. They're going to have some people that love it, and they're going to have some people that don't like it at all. So they got to come together on some kind of agreement between everybody, or at least the majority, not everybody, but at least the majority, and come together on something that'll actually be in the best interest of the beneficiaries. For once, they got to stop thinking about themselves and, I don't know, do something for the beneficiaries, right? Wow, what an agreement. You know what I mean? Maybe I could broker the deal on this negotiation. I mean, seriously, here's the thing with me. The way that I negotiate is I always try to do some kind of win-win situation for everybody. I'm never the type of person that says, oh, I got to get all the benefits. I don't do that. I try to come together somewhere in the middle, and I try to be very, very fair. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes I get taken advantage of, but at the end of the day, I feel like I want to do what's best for everybody in the situation. You know what I mean? So that's how I negotiate, and I just feel like, I don't know. I'm not out to get anybody. I'm never out to take all of everything, but I want to make sure that everybody is happy with the transaction, and that means I got to give if somebody else is wanting to take a little bit. You know what I mean? So you got to come together. Anyway, that's just my opinion, even though there are some other people out there that say, oh no, it's got to be all one-sided. And that's fine too. That is a way to negotiate. There's no problem with that. But me, in my honest opinion, I feel like you just got to meet somewhere in the middle, whether it's 60-40, 55-45, 50-50, whatever it happens to be, doesn't really matter. But somewhere around that middle range is, I feel like, the most fair for everybody, right? So, long story short, this is the bill. So, pretty cool stuff. And again, another new bill just hit as well. I'm going to bring that one to you in a separate video. That is totally different. And I'm curious to hear your opinions on that one. Seriously, we've got bills coming in left and right now. They're like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a cool analogy. I can't think of one right now. I was going to think like, what comes in really fast, and it's like, you know, I'm thinking of like a cool analogy, like you're sitting here, you know, hanging out, and all of a sudden it's like, whew, you're like whizzing by your head, like, oh, what is it, right? I'm not really sure what that analogy would be. Maybe like sitting at an airport and seeing like airplanes flying in and going or something. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I was trying to think of something cool on the fly and totally flopped. Sorry about that. But either way, this is the bill. I hope this one helps you out. Again, I'm going to add this to my big pile of different things I'm watching right now. As I do get more details on anything, I'll be right here for you, breaking it down, giving the details and everything else that's coming out right now. It's a busy time, and here's the thing. We want to say this much. Having Social Security in the headlines is good, really good stuff. Because here's the thing. Congress could talk about everything else that they want under the sun that doesn't impact us. But when they're talking about Social Security, that means us. The beneficiaries are in the spotlight. Good stuff. Who likes to be in the spotlight? You know what I mean? So, good. Anyway, I'll keep you posted. Please make sure to subscribe down below. Like I said earlier, it is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody here in the community to continuously be here right by your side every single day, watching all this stuff and bringing it to you so you can see what's actually going on. So, please enjoy your day, subscribe, share the video, and go back and check out the other videos here on the channel. Stay tuned as I'll bring that other bill to you in a separate video. It's a good one. Well, I'm not really sure if it's a good or bad one. I'm just saying it's a very interesting one. Let's just say that much, okay? Some very interesting concepts that I'm sure will probably stir up some controversy, but I'm very interested to hear your information. Your opinions. That's the word I'm looking for on that one. Anyway, stay tuned. I'll bring it to you in the next video. All right, enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again later.